Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. I am off to the movies, but I'm gonna go get something to eat right now, so bear with me as we do a little driving video. So if it gets a little bumpy and you guys don't hear my voice, my bad. I literally recorded this video once already, and I would publish that video because my point was made, but the image of me in that video, no. Okay, sorry. The image of me, it looked very unflattering. I looked fat as hell. I don't know what the hell is going on with that photo, or with that angle, whatever. Because I look decent, all right. I ain't chubby, all right. I mean, I got some gut going, but it's not that bad. I've been hitting the gym twice a week, so believe me, I'm getting better. But that photo made my self-esteem. I was just like, based on seeing that photo. So I'm gonna re-record this video as I'm driving, so hopefully you guys will be able to hear me, but let's get it. So we don't usually talk about superheroes on this channel anymore, really. I mean, rarely we kind of do, because sometimes it's makes for good discussion. But a lot of times it has to do with what's new with the superhero movies, like the Black Panthers, the Thors, the Batmans, all that shit. I kind of fuck with DC a little bit still, just a little bit, but not as much as I used to. Which, by the way, I'm doing that whole mystery movie thing tonight at Regal, so I'm just saying right now, if I'm watching Shazam, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. So I'm hoping that it's actually Creed 3, but just letting you guys all know, that's what's going on tonight. But I want to talk about Marvel real quick because there's been more discussion now about the current state of Marvel and how people are receiving Marvel movies, and how reception's been kind of getting poor as of late, or not necessarily poor, but just mediocre. Because you look at their track record as of late, you got, I think really it started with Doctor Strange 2, with the whole downfall. You have what is it? Doctor Strange 2, that was alright. I mean, I saw that, it was, to me. And then you have, I think it was Thor, which was, I heard, not that great. And then Black Panther 2, which I know has awards buzz, but that's just, that's just feeding into a narrative, a certain societal narrative and all that kind of nonsense. But most people will tell you that it's okay. And then we get to Ant-Man 3, which I did not see, but I heard it was not good. I heard it was not too great. And it did not pull in a lot of money, apparently. Apparently the second weekend was a bit of a doozy. Apparently it dropped to like 67%. At least it dropped 6-7% in terms of how much money it was making. This caused some people to start questioning the relevance of Marvel, as it were. And I've been saying for a while now that that Marvel has always been, just like any franchise, was destined to have a downfall period. And it seems like now is that time. It seems like we've been seeing the recent downhill spiral that is Marvel Studios, with a lot of their recent projects and just a lot of the reception towards it. And it goes beyond that. We've been hearing murmurs about budget cuts and all that shit going on with the VFX artists, how they're just being mistreated, and how they're basically on like a time crunch, and that's why, at least from what I was told or seen, the VFX in those recent Marvel films apparently have been kind of crappy. So, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that the VFX artists are not given time to do so, to perfect things, So you have issues with that. You also have issues with just audiences in general just starting to like kind of resent Marvel, and I think that they're resenting it for the best of reasons, because a lot of the reasons that I hear that people are just walking away from it is because it has to do with the formula. It has to do with the sense of repetition, and just this lack of like real distinction, really. And I'm like, that's the reason I walked away from it, because it just was feeling like the same stuff over and over and over again. And you know, it's like you're gonna get sick of pizza if you eat it like 20 times over. So I don't blame people for walking away from Marvel, you know, because they ain't serving anything else. They're just serving me pizza. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and I think that Marvel is not gonna give up. You know, like they're so committed to keeping on this kind of momentum. And the thing that they also have an issue with is, at least from what I've been examining, is that they've yet to justify their existence at this point. Because when Endgame happened, you know, that was the conclusion. You know, most people who watched those films to that point got some level of satisfaction from that particular film, because that was meant to be like the culmination of everything. So now we're living in the post era of that, and we've yet to find an answer we've yet to find a reason to still hang out, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And I think people are starting to be more comfortable with just walking away from it, you know? Like I'm not sure if it's the same deal with him, but I have a friend named Matthew who was like a hardcore Marvel fan, like Marvel everything, you know what I'm saying? And even he, like, at one point was like, yeah, I'm kind of getting done with this, you know? I'm just kind of done with it. Like, because even he's starting to pick up on that too, you know? So, like, I don't like dogging on, like, filmmakers like this, you know? I don't like saying, like, oh, you know, like, yeah, it's good to see you fail. Like, no, I like seeing everybody, you know, succeed, despite my own bias or whatever that the fuck it is, you know? My thing is that I wish that your shit was, like, I wish your shit had more distinction, you know, because then I would then like kind of give you a little bit more leniency on that, you know. But if it's still the same stuff being made over and over again, like I kind of hope for stuff, for a little bit of a failure like this, or at least like some potential for failure, because that promotes change, you know. So because ultimately the deciding factor with film, people forget all the time, it has nothing to do with Twitter, it has nothing to do with this and that, how much you yap online and anything like that. The changing factor for studios when it comes to, you know, oh, we got to change directions, is your dollars, dude. Is you feeding them money, okay? The money is what changes their minds, okay? If you're not giving them your dollar, then they're probably going to change their minds. They're probably going to think, hey, maybe we got to do something different, because we want to get that dollar somehow. And I'm happy to see that people with this new Ant-Man film are actually voicing themselves through that. You know, they're saying, hey, you know, we're not gonna tolerate this shit. You know, we're not gonna tolerate seeing the same crap anymore. You know, we want something a little bit different. You know, and we want to feel like we're justified in what we're watching. You know, like, because it sucks. You know, like, it sucks for big Marvel fans, because, you know, they have a huge love for the source material and stuff like that. So it sucks when you're not getting anything really new, you know. Like, it's really bad, but it's equally, like, to counter that, it's also equally great that something like this is going on, because it'll promote the companies, or it'll, like, force the companies to change their thought process on what could make money, you know. So less formulaic stuff and potentially more creative stuff, you know. It's possible, you know. So I'm not sure how it's going to be for the next Marvel film. I'm not sure if this is like just an outlier or if this is going to be like a, you know what I mean, like the next, like, because it seems like all the Marvel films as of late have not been making money. I think Black Panther 2 might be the exception, but everything else I've heard has been kind of going downhill. So, or at least has not been making as much money as it used to be. So I don't know. I don't know what's. I'm not sure about that, but just from my observation, it seems that Marvel's we talked about fatigue and all that sort of stuff last year. I really think that this year is going to open people's eyes up a lot, like give them kind of a realization of things, and promote better expectations, you know, for these kinds of films. You know, don't settle for mediocrity. Don't settle for the same shit over and over again. If you want a hamburger, tell them to make you a fucking hamburger. You want a fucking burrito, you tell them to make a fucking burrito. Stop telling them that you're okay with pizza. You get what I'm saying? Like, promote change, you know, because that's how you're going to make more money. And, you know, I mean, yeah, it's a risk, but you know what? Hey, it's better than eating pizza for the 25th time, you know what I'm saying? And I think that people are starting to catch on to that. That's why I kind of fuck with DC a little bit, because they at least are trying different flavors, you know what I'm saying? With Marvel, they're just so okay with the same thing, and I'm just getting kind of tired with that. And it seems like you guys are too, which is awesome. So I'm down for this. I'm down for not with Marvel sucking, but for, you know, them hopefully seeing this as a chance to make some big changes in the future. But we'll see. So that's gonna be it for me, guys. I'm pulling up to the drive-thru, but you guys let me know. Do you guys think that this whole back financial returns, like struggle and stuff like that, and with the whole Ant-Man thing, do you guys think that this is going to promote change for Marvel in the future, or do you guys think that they're just gonna stay with the same shit? You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And that's going to be it from me, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be doing a movie review later tonight, so stay tuned for that. And until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.